You dominate possession, you triple them up on shots, and you come away with a 3-1 win. What did you think overall of the way your team played tonight?
I thought, yeah, it was the best we've played, no doubt. It was the best we kept the ball. We had better ideas, better patience, better speed of play. Yeah, I thought it was a good performance for where we're at. To give up a goal with a minute left in the first half when I don't think they had another real sniff at it is pretty disappointing. But yeah, we went in at halftime and said, you know, there's no panic. You know, we were in control. We knew the spaces that we could hurt them. Yeah, and then, you know, Milton scores early in the second half, which kind of relieves a little bit of the pressure, and then it's just a matter of continuing to turn the screw until you find the next one. But yeah, I'm happy with it for sure.
Not only did you possess the ball, you know, you guys were winning first balls, and what few second balls there were, you guys were winning those too. I guess that shows there's a lot of effort and concentration from this team.
Yeah, it was not the case in the first two games. Mm-hmm. It was a point of emphasis. I thought Slade and Owen and B-Lads were, Slade especially was a monster in the air tonight. And then we did a better job of securing the second ball. We had a better idea about the positioning of the team in order to recover. So, yeah, that was a nice step if we're going to keep the ball, which gives us joy and belief when we have the ball. You have to find the ability to win the aerial challenge and then secure the second ball. So, but they kicked everything long, which is a little different, which was fine. A little different than most teams that try to play out, but they said like, hey, we're gonna go bigger and try to win the second ball, and I thought the boys dealt with it pretty well.
Milton scores the equalizer, has it back to the goal, turns and fires the shot, which gives him, I believe it's 4 goals in his last 4 games, carrying over to last year. Mm-hmm. Where have you seen the most growth or evolution in his game recently?
Yeah, I mean, he's really clever around the goal. He has a wonderful balance, and he can turn players by just kind of putting his body into them and rolling them. You know, sometimes he doesn't look like he's going to run past you, but he's a better athlete than he initially appears. He wears his shorts low or whatnot, but yeah, he's a handful. Like, look, he hasn't started, but he's been really effective. He's been really dangerous. He's done everything we've asked. His minutes have continued to grow. Yeah, all 4 of those strikers, as I said last time in this room, like, it is a very difficult challenge for the coaching staff, and ultimately the decision rests on me. But in order to get all those guys who I think have the ability to score and are top players, to get them all the minutes that they want and need is a stressful thing for me. But they've been selfless. They've even, like Mukisa, I brought him off with 20 minutes left, and Step came on and, you know, scored the third and helped in the second, and yeah, so they've been selfless and they've worked tremendously hard for each other, which is great.
It looked like you guys were pretty pleased with what you saw from Matthias. Tell us about his debut.
Yeah, good question. Yeah, didn't play the first 2 games. Ryan didn't play tonight. Matthias played. I thought Matthias was very good. A little different than Enzo. Enzo's like, you know, a supreme athlete and a really good defender and can kind of shut people down. Matthias is obviously a little, you know, has the ability on his left side to like play interior passes, and like Ronnie's good in combination, and his service is very good. So, yeah, he's ready. I mean, he's a very good player. He's a senior. He's had 3 years of college experience, and he was called on, and he answered the call for sure.
What did you get by getting Danny Escorcia back in the lineup tonight?
Man, I mean, he was fantastic. I mean, he's just a fighter, right? Like, the kid is, I mean, he's the heartbeat of what we did tonight. Just his presence and his effort and his, like, relentless work rate. Like, he's a joy to coach because he's just going to empty the tank every time. And he's not the biggest guy, but he's fearless and he's good in combination, and he's a very important piece. And I'm not going to say that the results in the first 2 games have anything to do with Danny not playing, but he surely would have helped, So, we're thrilled to have him back.
Brunet gets the game winner. He talked about linking up with Danny in the midfield, but you had him sitting deeper as more of a holding midfielder tonight. What did you think of him in his role and his game-winning goal?
Yeah, I mean, it was a wonderful goal. I mean, it's an excellent finish. Like, Charles can finish from outside the box with both feet. And Charles is best, like, when he receives the ball a little bit lower and can, like, turn and run with it, because he can, like, kind of sweep by guys, and he's deceptively fast. And then he has the ability to play a final ball too. We have asked him, I think Charles would tell you he's like an 8 or a 10. We've asked him to come lower and play more of a 6 role to help us progress the game. And I thought him and Landon were very good in there together. The way they defended us was, I thought it was caused us a little bit of problem to break it down. They did a good job with the front 3 kind of screening, and the 2 midfielders caused us, they were in pockets we couldn't really find passes into Danny or the other striker off the front line. But yeah, I mean, Charles is, I think Charles has a really, really bright future.
And Steps' third goal, he gets behind the defense. How hard is that to not get too excited and to draw the goalie out and pick his corner like that?
I mean, the kid's a poacher. He just scores goals. So, like, I mean, he said, like, I had a bad, he said, like, and I thought he was fine tonight, but he said, I had a bad game. I said, but you scored. And he said, but I scored. So, he got one good chance, and if you're asking one guy on our team to be running in on the goalkeeper, to have the composure and confidence to tuck it home, like, he's near the top of the list for sure.